Well, hey everybody, this is Wild Dandelion Jen from Wild Dandelion Soaps. And today, I'm not making soap, but I'm actually featuring a wonderful soap maker here on YouTube. And this is not the first time that I feature them. I just absolutely adore the products that this YouTuber makes, and so whenever the opportunity arises where I can afford to buy a little bit of extra soaps and products that are not my own creation, I love to go to his shop on Etsy and start purchasing some of his products when he runs sales. And what's really cool is I did hear it said that he's going to be having just a straight up .com website. So in the future, I'm sure he'll be launching that to where we'll be able to go direct to his website and not through Etsy, where we can purchase our products directly. And so without any further ado, the unboxing that I'm doing is from Soapy Oaks Farm, and Patrick is the creator there, and I love his work. And not too often do I find myself buying goat milk soap because I myself cannot use it. However, I may risk it a few times to try out these products, and if I don't react, I may begin not only using goat milk soap, but also creating a goat milk soap line for my own Etsy and .com store. So I thought no better place than to go to Soapy Oaks Farm and buy the goat milk soap from his very own goats, and his practices are much like my own, very lateral in the kind of purity that goes into the products. So I can be sure that these will be of the same quality and value as my own home care soap recipes that I create. So the only difference is he is adding goat milk, which I have not done yet. So here we go. I stocked up and got a few for my husband to try and my daughter. And I was very interested and intrigued in this sweet potato soap that he made recently on YouTube. And if you want to see how he put that together, you can go to his YouTube channel, Soapy Oaks Farm, and watch how the making of these products are. I think typically he has a video for everything in his store, so I think that's pretty cool. And the sweet potato soap was not only beautiful to look at, but contains super duper great ingredients. I'm going to get my magnifying glass because my glasses that I typically wear are not strong enough for label print. So bear with me. I have this really cool magnifying glass that I bought for my elder years, and guess what? I am there. And I'm only middle-aged, but okay, it is what it is. So anywho, let's see how we go here. Water, russet potato, brown rice, colloidal oats, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, mango butter, shea butter. It looks like, I can't read this one word. Yeah, it could be almond oil, castor oil, lye, oregano essential oil, eucalyptus, and then it looks like peppermint oil and rosemary essential oil, made in Texas. So this is a really good bar. I can't smell through the package, but I don't want to open it. I want to leave it so that the essential oil scent stays really strong in there. The next one that I got, how beautiful is that? This is his tea tree soap, and that one has cocoa butter and Brazilian red clay, French green clay, French yellow clay. So this is going to be super duper for my teenager, for her skin. As you know it, teenagers tend to get a lot more acne, they sweat more, they're touching their face all the time in school, so they're getting the oils from their hands and any dirt and bacteria that their hands touch throughout the day. Plus they wear makeup, so this tea tree soap with the clays in it, I think is going to be a huge benefit to her skincare routine. And then I got some Bison Beauty Bar, and this was so intriguing to me. This is something that I got for my husband to try. I think that it's been said that the bison milk has other properties that some standard cow or goat milk may not have. So there's certain constituents in the bison milk because maybe because their massive size, it has more oil per content and more fat inside that milk. So this may be really nice, and I thought I'd give this nice mammoth bar to him. And then I have Manuka honey and oat soap, which has got Manuka honey, which I think is phenomenal. I absolutely love to use it, and look at that little goat stamp. But with the Manuka honey, it's antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal in its natural abilities, coming from the strain of tea tree. And so this is just a super medicinal honey, so it's very good for the skin. They actually use honey, and Manuka honey specifically, for burn therapy, people that have had burns. It's very good for the resistant MRSA bacteria, which is a type of strep bacteria that's typically antibiotic resistant. So they found some natural antibiotics in the wild, like Manuka honey, and also even oregano oil. And that's been very beneficial, as well as grapefruit seed extract. So these are 3 components, maybe even thyme oil, that have shown to be very therapeutic and beneficial to fighting that very hardy bacteria. So that's super good. And then I got some other lotions and potions and things that I don't make on my own. I don't have things in my natural habitat right here on my property where I can glean some of these ingredients. And so I know that he does that on his property. He has got just a wealth of medicinal, there's a nice invoice of medicinal, wild growing products in his environment that he gleans from and makes these recipes. So I was pretty stoked and excited to do that. Here's one more soap, which is called a cardamom cream. That was another soap. I use cardamom every day in my coffee. It's great for the stomach and digestion. It's good for soothing the stomach. And so, hey, if it's good for the inside, it is good for the outside. And I love the smell. It has a little bit of a very light citrus undertone within that cardamom, very floral. And it's just amazing in coffee. So this is a goat milk soap. I believe when he has his goat mold that this is indicative of a goat milk. So again, I'd have to look at this. Olive oil, coconut, avocado, shea, castor, cardamom, almond, and goat milk. So this is really great. So very excited. I might use this one as my body. Try it on my body first. If I don't have any problems, then I'll try the pink potato on my face. So, and then Manuka honey whenever I have bug bites and chigger bites and things like that. That'll be a good soap for that. Or if I'm working in dirt and gardening, this Manuka for any fine cuts and abrasions that you might get on your hand. I think washing with this will help to impart some of those protective and healing, combative properties in the Manuka honey itself. So that's really cool. I got a whipped face scrub with apricot. And I love apricot. I used to use a lot of this back in the day when St. Ives used to put it out when I was a teenager. I used that a lot. So this is kind of a throwback to my past. So it's got apricot kernels, argan oil, jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is most like our skin. So our skin readily invites it in to do its work. It's super good for the skin. We've got coconut, olive, almond, castor, shea butter, coconut milk, Manuka honey again, lemon and orange zest, coconut sugar, lemon essential oil, and vitamin E. And that vitamin E is not only good for the skin, it also helps with shelf life. And the one thing about vitamin E, and I can appreciate this, and I'm not 100% sure with vitamin E use in your soap recipes for daily use, because the body can develop an allergy on repetitive use on a daily basis of vitamin E. So to get the best benefits of vitamin E, it's best to not use it in your daily skincare, but have it in skincare that can fortify the skin that you might use once or twice a week, but certainly not every single day. So using a scrub 2 or 3 times a week is a good place to have that vitamin E. And then I got the Lavender Fields Foaming Face Wash, and I absolutely love foaming products. This has got lavender, distilled water, it's got glycerin, olive oil, coconut lye, it's got the Germall X plus preservative, lavender, and essential oils. So I know for the shelf life and the integrity of the product, you want that Germall X. I haven't really done a lot of research, nor have I used that product in any of my body care. I tend to use grapefruit seed extract, which is a great preservative and bacteria fighter. So that's what I'll tend to stick in there. I'd have to do a little bit of research on the Germall X, as I like to use only natural products on my body and certainly on my face. So I will check with that, and then I'm going to check back with Patrick on the glycerin to make sure that it's a vegetable glycerin before I use it. If it's not vegetable, my daughter is absolutely going to adore this. And the reason why I say I don't use it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with glycerins or mammal products. I have a special and unique allergy to mammal byproducts, mammal derivatives that I got from the Lone Star tick bite that I got. So I have to be very careful because I get anaphylactic type responses in my body. So I typically really comb through body care before I purchase it for personal use, and that's why I began my soap company a year and a half ago, and actually been making body care since I was 18 off and on, but I started my soap business before I started selling it about 2 years ago, when I had those specific needs that I had to make sure that I had products that were going to be completely and truly safe, as I was trying to get my body back into a neutral reactive state, so that I was not hyper-reactive with the continued repeated uses of the offenders for me, and that was mammal products. So, and then I got a couple of really wonderful salves that I'm looking forward to. Now this one here is the Espresso Balm, coffee bean, sunflower, sweet almond, shea butter, cocoa butter, beeswax, and vitamin E. And so I'm going to use that after I've had bites that I've scratched a lot and made rough spots on me. And I'm going to use this to aid in stimulating cell turnover and softening the skin. So I think with the caffeine that is in the espresso beans, that's going to impart that cell rejuvenation, bring blood flow and healing, rapid healing to the skin. So that is super cool. I've got the prickly lettuce soothing salve, and that's got the manuka honey, beeswax, comfrey, almond, shea, apricot oil, prickly lettuce. It's got the grain alcohol as the delivery method, is also a preservative, and alcohol tends to help the components that are medicinal to drive into the system. It's like a carrier that helps to draw it in. So that's a good thing to have in here. And I also like the comfrey, which is very soothing. It's pain relieving as well. It's super good for the skin. And then you have the prickly lettuce, and I wanted to try to make a prickly lettuce product myself, but there's so many lookalikes to prickly lettuce that I did not want to get something that would be dangerous. So until I get somebody here on the land that's an herbologist or somebody that deals with wild foods and wild herbs, to have them come through my property, identify the differences so I can tell the fakes and the frauds to the real thing, and so that I know that when I'm making a product to put on my store, that it's exactly what it's supposed to be, and nothing that is a faux or a fraud that could harm someone. So I appreciate the homework that Patrick has done. He's had a very great mentor in his mother and grandmother, who has taught these things to him since he was a young boy. He knows these herbs through and through. He knows where his sources are on the land, as he's been cultivating and working with those for many years, so it's very trusted, and I feel very confident and safe to be able to use these wild things that he is producing. I have some Magnesium Wonder De-Stress Relax Cream that's got magnesium chloride, distilled water, oils of almond, hemp, apricot. It's got, let's see what that is, olive, pumpkin, distilled water, vegetable glycerin, emulsifying wax, oregano, rosemary, and essential oils, and a preservative. And I tend to be magnesium deficient, and so does the rest of the population, known or unknown. It is very hard to keep your magnesium levels up. There's a lot of things that reduce the level of magnesium in our body. One is drinking a lot of teas and coffees that just cause our bodies to lose minerals quickly. Stress is another thing that causes our body to use up stores of magnesium, and we lose that rapidly. The Western standard diet with a lot of processed foods and a lot of carbohydrate, processed carbs, grains, all these things tend to lower our levels of magnesium. Magnesium is like the spark plug for our body. It runs over 300 functions in our body and is very needed, and the nervous system being a great one. And so you want to keep that nervous system fortified and in check with proper levels of magnesium. Plus, magnesium is the relaxer for our muscles, where the calcium is the more constricting and contracting mineral. The magnesium is the softening one. So if you are calcium dominant, you might have more cramps, and even with your heart being a very vital muscle, you don't want your heart to have too much calcium or too much calcium in the blood. So you want to make sure that you are actually getting magnesium to allow those muscles to soften. So you want that contract and release, and you want that to flow very nicely. So it's great to add some daily magnesium oil daily. And Epsom salts is the best way from the topical to get your nice uptake of magnesium. It's much harder to get it through the digestive tract, and then there's issues with getting it through the digestive tract, that you are going to be running to the bathroom a lot, because it does loosen the bowel. It helps to bring water into the bowels, and that's why people don't like to take magnesium orally for that very reason. So topical is absolutely the best. I love using magnesium oil and making magnesium oil, and I love it in lotion. I put it on every night before bed. I rub it in my hands. I put it on my chest, my neck, the back of my neck, my forehead. Really aids in a nice, comfortable, deep sleep, especially if you pair it with lavender essential oil. Wonderful for sleeping at night. Bottom of your feet would be nice. That's a great pathway for uptaking essential oils and minerals into our body. And then last but not least, we have a special wrapped with a beautiful little acorn label, which I absolutely love and adore acorns, and I have many acorn things around my house. And this one here is some prickly lettuce tincture. So again, you've got a salve and you've got a tincture that you can take orally. You've got the salve you can use topically, and this is just plain prickly lettuce and grain alcohol, so it doesn't get any better than that. There's absolutely nothing else, and you can do your research and see how to use these medicinally. But that was my unboxing. Again, I absolutely love this man. Personally, I think he is a terrific man who is a very open book and very receptive to friendships. He imparts wisdom that he's learned along the way on his own, from his mother, his grandmother, and these folklore medicines, old-fashioned, simple, basic recipes that are tried and true. Some may be anecdotal, but you know, anecdotal things have been around for thousands of years, and it's because they work and they get passed down as tradition, not legend. So with that, God bless, make it a great day. Thank you so much, Patrick, for this fine work. Thank you again for offering a great sale. I definitely took advantage of that, so I appreciate you offering that. I look forward to future projects that you do and sharing new mind-bending things with us. Right on the same page with you. I feel the same. I do the same kind of work myself. I love to find something that's out of the norm that maybe somebody hasn't thought of and there's a great need for it. So with that, I will see you on the next video. And as my friend Renee from Soaps for Love, I love her little goodbye. So sweet, it's endearing to me. So I'm gonna offer you a two-fisted bye. See you on the next video. I've got some things coming down the pike. I'll upload something here in the next day or two, so be looking for that. Thank you for watching my channel, number one. Subscribe, like the content that you view. If it resonates with you, give it a thumbs up, share my channel, tell others about it. I love making product. I love getting it into people's hands that are looking for something unique and different and very raw, organic, simple, ancient remedies, things that were used for millennial of time that have gotten lost and are coming back with a vengeance. And I think it's great to have handmade things with love and with care and caution in what's being placed in the product to be the best for your body. So see you on the next video. Wild Dandelion Soap Jen signing out.